I'm back with an all-new show for Love and Marriage Huntsville. No, I'm sorry. Love and Marriage DC. The season has come and we are home of the Chocolate City, okay? We are reintroduced to Monique Samuels of Real Housewives of Potomac. She has her Not for Lazy Moms podcast and she has her Essentials Oil line. During her recent time on TV, she had PTSD because she feels like I was not seen in a right light for the show. And she never thought it'd come back to reality TV. But thanks to Carlos King, he said, come back. I have a whole new show, a whole new concept. She said, cool. And we're meeting with the other ladies. Ashley Silva, which is DJ Quicksilver's wife. She's a mother of two. She's a businesswoman. She has a podcast as well. She says she's the sweetest bitch you'll ever meet, but she has a bitchy side. I feel like I saw that later today. Her and Monique met years ago. They connected on the podcast, and Ashley Silva is gorgeous, and she reminds you that she is beautiful, so that way you won't forget it. We meet Irena. She's a mom of three, a successful entrepreneur. She has multiple businesses. She is 48, but she feels 38. She's TikTok famous. So pretty much she's the girl who poses, and Monique slid in her DMs to connect with her because she enjoys connecting with successful women who are in multiple ranges of success. So this is for Monique's Lazy Mom podcast pop-up shop. And she is using another storefront. She has her oils. She has her Lazy Mom podcast. She has other people coming into the room. And her special guest is her friend, Winter Williams, who has a very interesting story later on. So interesting. Let me get to the looks real quick. Monique, love the locks. Love the locks. Your look when you walked into the scene with that dark smoky eye, I was here for it. Your floral dress that had that vine strapped around your neck, this pastel purple dress, and your hair in this folded petal, which looked like to me with the locks, I just cannot get over it. It was so pretty, Monique. I loved your looks. I've always loved your looks on Housewives of Potomac, and I love your looks right here. So beautiful, okay? So her guest, Winter Williams, has a very interesting story that's going to change lives. Irena met her, and she recognizes her because she has her hair shaved on one side. And she said, when I see someone makes a drastic choice about their hair, that means they're going through some things. I mean, I've had that hairstyle before. Not the whole side of my head, but I had a small cut. I had a small square corner of my head shaved off. I've had it for about 5 years. I let it grow. Then I did a whole chop. And now my hair is growing back in. And sometimes you do take drastic measure into cutting or making a step to change your look. Your hair is the first thing to go. Real talk, it is. Ashley and Irena have met a few times because her husband's a party promoter and Ashley's husband's a DJ. Now she's talking about, Monique is talking about learning how to, after becoming a mother, what do I do? How do I do this? And being a wife and now being a businesswoman. I want to have a circle of women who understands what I'm going through, because they all have husbands who have big names, big personalities, and they have stepped out their shadows to have their own identity, which is the truth. And even though you don't want to be looked at as somebody else's wife that spends all the money, even though you still can, I can have my own identity and my own means, and I still want to spend your money. Oh, all right, y'all, I'm back. Quick phone call. But yeah, I hear what she means. I can have my own money, but I'd rather spend yours. So she introduces to her guest, Winter Williams, who is beautiful. She's a mom of 4. She has her MBA. She worked hard for it. Her and Monique have been friends for almost 16 years. Both of their husbands played for the Washington Redskins. And they've been really close friends. So while being an NFL wife, she discovered that her husband had an affair with their nanny. And not only having an affair, he has made not one but 2 children with her. I was so shocked at this. I said, wow. Ooh. Why is it the nanny? Why is it the nanny that always got to come in and wreck up a home? Man, and she's been with her husband for the same time as Monique has been with Chris. But this was before that, when she discovered while being married for 14 years This man's cheated on me with the nanny and has made 2 children with her. Wow. So in the midst of hearing that story of how it led to her coming out of it, I see Ashley and Irina having little hush conversations, and Ashley's talking about how she's bored and she drinks when she gets bored. And she was already on her 4th glass. I said, I know damn well while this woman is talking about coming out of a serious situation of being hurt, embarrassed, to discovering herself, discovering who she is, you are back there complaining about, I don't want to be bored, but I have to drink when I'm bored. Actually, I'm not going to like you. I'm not going to like you just from that mindset alone. So, Ashley and Irina are talking to her, and Winter said that she knows her husband. And she said, you do? Yes, he's a DJ, right? I've never formally met him, but I might have seen you and around him at a club once or twice. So now they're both talking about married people don't really hang around married couples. Ashley, they don't really hang around them because people put them on a pedestal of they're married. So maybe they don't really have friends or they don't really need friends. And I can understand that because my husband said that to me the other day. He showed me a couple of TikToks about when you get a boyfriend, when you get a girlfriend, all your friends tend to go ghost. And then when you get in a serious relationship and get married, nobody wants to hang out with you anymore. I said, what is it? Like, we're fun, we're cool. I mean, I don't know. We really don't have a lot of married friends. We have one, but they don't live in the same state. And it's me and my husband and my kids. Like, that's really our fun party people because it's kind of like we do have a good time. We just don't know how to discover or develop other friends, especially married friends. We don't really know how, you know. And what did I write? Yeah, friends. And then yes, and we're talking about on the show how Monique wanted to develop friendship with other people who were married, but they did not want that to be displayed on the show. So I want to be around other married couple who get it. Be around married couple who gets having children, having businesses, making time to keep the marriage going. I want to be around them who can be honest and raw with it, you know, and understand what it means to have a marriage like that. Shoot, to be honest, wasn't she the only one besides Karen in a lasting marriage? Yes, she was. I'm not even counting Ashley, but her and Karen were the only people on the show that had a lasting marriage. Oh, okay. So, Irina is celebrating 26 years with her husband. Monique wanted to know, how did you last 26 years? Can you do a Q&A? Because I want some information. I want some knowledge. I want some gems. And, right, so basically, the last 26 years of marriage, they've been partying. They party. They do not want a Q&A. Ashley wanted to know, how do I go from being a teenager to an adult? Because I was 10 when you guys got married. I said, what the fuck? The hell does that mean? She made her feel old. Because when she was 10, Irina was 18 when she got married. I said, Ashley, I'm not going to like you. Now, Irina looks good for 48. And Irina notices that Ashley likes to throw the age thing around a lot. But she said, I'll get her back. No worries. So then she's talking about, what do I get him? He has everything. Ashley talks about, toot that ass up. Wake up with ass in his face or wake up with your mouth on it. That'll make him happy. That'll make him appreciate it. But she's been there for 26 years. What else has she been doing? Besides keeping it nice and hot in the bedroom, you know? So, then we're talking about, nope, that's it. That was the first night. Now we're going into Monique's home. She's talking about her husband, Chris, played for the Washington Redskins for 10 years. He was a Pro Bowl team captain, championships. He retired of a neck injury. And he's been very blessed to have a lasting career in the NFL. And of course, his real estate portfolio, this man has done very good in business. So he can keep making money after he retired from the NFL. And loving wife, loving husband, been together for 10 years. They've had their ups and downs, but it's been love overall. And it's like they're approaching 10 years of marriage. It's like, wow, we made it to 10 years? Wow, who'd have thunk it, right? So she meets him at the gym with his trainer, getting his health right, getting his body right. And he always complains about his body be tense and tight. She says get a chiropractor. He don't want to do it. He wanted to divulge from that conversation to help her pack some orders. Chris talks about he's a stand-up guy. You know, he doesn't have any babies coming up on his doorstep. He gives his kids baths. He takes care of them. Bills are paid. Him and Monique have a great life, great home. They live comfortably. The one thing that has been not really up to par is the emotional connection between him and Monique. But Chris is a stand-up guy. He is that guy. You know what I'm saying? So they talk about the upcoming event, which is Irina and Jamie's 26th anniversary. And they want to set up a dinner with them so they can learn how to make it 26 years. What y'all been doing? How y'all been making to this point? What both y'all gone through? But they don't want to have a conversation about their marriage. They want to have a good time and party. Irina, we see her at home with her mother making dinner. Her mother has been living with them for 5 years. And her mother is a godsend. She helps out with everything. And she loves it. Now we see one of her sons, Jason. He is visually impaired. His mom helps out, and so does his grandma. So we're now talking about the party, and the oldest son, Jamie, will be coming to the party. We meet her husband, James Tyler, born and raised in D.C. He works hard. He plays hard. He has his own party promotion company. His parties are legendary, basically. He's been all over the world, Charlotte, New York City. If you've never been a part of his production, never part of his event, you've lived under a rock. When they first got together, she played hard to get. She said she'll never get with a light-skinned man, and look where she got, a light-skinned man. So we're talking about the party, right? And how Jamie is coming, their oldest son. Their oldest son has a strained relationship with the father. All the kids are coming, and there's been tension between him and his oldest son since he was a teenager. If he doesn't show up, then it's going to be a problem. We see Ashley. She is at home with her 2 kids. She has an older son who's 14 and a 9-year-old daughter. Her little fur baby, and that's her favorite because her fur baby didn't give her stretch marks. We meet her husband, DJ Quicksilver, award-winning DJ, owner of multiple businesses, owns a syndicated radio host. And he's worked with the names Janet Jackson, Jamie Foxx. He's an award-winning global name. They've been married for 13 years. She knew he was the one when she first met him. And she's feeling like a single married mother. She takes care of the kids, the household. She buys things. She takes care of things. And DJ Quicksilver don't do nothing. He just be focusing on his DJ, his other businesses, the events. And Ashley is left behind to handle it all by herself. Because she's also a mother. She has a fashion brand with her daughter. She has a podcast, and she has a book coming out. But she doesn't have the time to write because I'm dealing with managing orders. I'm dealing with the kids, dealing with the house. So I don't have time to sit and write a book. So he apologized for not being there. And he talks about, the lifestyle that he wanted to be in, which is a DJ. Out all night, helping out in the studio, parties, this and that, and the third. He can't change it. He can't find a way to make it better for him because the industry or that type of lifestyle is not going to hold things off for him because he's a mother, he's a father. I'm pretty sure you can. See, this is sometimes things that I don't like when the lifestyle that you wanted to be in, you cannot make it work for you. You cannot balance it. You can. They don't run DJs to the ground to they don't run them to the ground to not be understanding. There have been plenty of other people in other industries where they can make it work with the home that they have. You just don't want to. You're using, I chose to be in this party lifestyle and I want to keep it up. So I cannot tell the people who've hired me for a party, I can't stay out past 2. Yeah, you can. Just have a backup DJ after you. Just say, yeah, they wanted an appearance by DJ Silva. I can be present for the party, but when it reaches 2 o'clock, that's my time. I have another person behind me and he can set you up really nice. You can. You have made a name for yourself where you can have the options to choose. How do you want things to work? How the business, if they want your business, you have the choice to tell them how you want your business and how you want me to be a part of your event. This is my requirements. This is my, contract. You have that choice. So he never wants to make her feel like she doesn't appreciate what he does. or he isn't appreciative of what she does. And he said, I wish I can stay home all day and just travel and go out in the backyard and smoke my cigar. So I said, first of all, you're not about to make it seem as if all I do is sit on my ass. Because that's what I don't do. I don't do that. I never get a chance to do things for myself. I have contributed in this marriage and this household as much as you have. I've held down the house. I've held down the kids. I had to drop out of school. She's always had huge dreams, but she gave that all up to give him the support. All I want is the same in return. I want to be more than just your wife. I want more than just the kid's mom. I want to be more than just that. I want more to be in myself. Ashley might be fading if all I am is Quicksilver's wife and the kid's mother, which I can understand. I get it. I can understand that. So Irina, she's taking her son to get a car. She doesn't know anything about cars, but she's only there because he hasn't picked up the phone and talked to his father. He's scared to call him. She's not buying nothing for him. She's just checking things out. If he sees something, he's paying for it. So talking about he wants them to take more responsibilities. And learning at the end of the episode, I now know what the problem was. He's hanging around with the wrong crowd. He's getting into things he shouldn't get into. But he talks about how him and his father never had a man-to-man bonding type of relationship. They want him to come home safely. They want him to not hang around with the wrong people. And I do not want to get a call from the police that something happened to you. Black kids in America end up getting into the wrong things. They can't get out of it and something bad happens to them. They said there are times where he doesn't even want to come home, and that gives them in a state of worry that something might happen to him. I don't want to hear police knocking on my door. I don't want it. So now his mom's worried, his grandma's worried, and I want you to do better. He said, I'm going to do better, Mom. I'm going to keep trying. She never expressed to him how she felt, but hopefully he listens to his mom opening up, and he doesn't like seeing his mother cry. So they want him to talk to his father first to come together, because obviously his father's not going to do it. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that. You're the father. You should reach out to your son, not your son reach out to you. If there's a problem that you have, something in your heart you want to fix, then you fix it. You're the parent. And you only have one dad and have one mom. That is completely true. So it's the night of their anniversary. Monique is looking fabulous, and so is Chris. And they want to know, how did they make it to 26 years? So we see Winter. Winter is married to her second husband, Kevin, but things are not going good. They were reaching a 1 year of marriage, but she found out after they got married, things have transpired that made her say, what the heck have I gotten myself into? So they haven't seen or talked to each other in 6 months. They were supposed to celebrate their 1 year anniversary, but she received a text message that rocked her entire world. Then find out he moved back in with his parents' home. How old is he? Monique answered that question. Isn't he like 60? Yes, he will be 60. I want to know what he looks like. And towards the end of this episode, I saw what he looks like. I thought that was Mario Van Peebles for 1 minute. I said, who the fuck is that? 60? Moving back in with your parents' home? What the hell? I want to know more about this. So Chris is shocked to hear that they have not spoken. They have not seen one another. They're not together. He's hung out with Kevin, finds that he's a nice guy. I want to hear his side of the story. She said, listen, you live and you learn. And when people show you who they are the first time, believe them. I kind of like Winter. I like her. I do. So, DJ Quicksilver and Ashley, they arrived. They were a little bit late because he just got off work. She wants him to prioritize his time, to stop working so much to help out with the kids. He feels like the more that he works, the more they can have all the things that they want. So he escapes to work hard. He enjoys working hard. That's his coping mechanism. Working till he can't work anymore. Working to the bone. But she wants him to balance it. But then she says, first of all, you enjoy working so hard as a mechanism. People escape from working so hard to doing drugs. They escape from doing this. They escape from doing that. You escape from helping out with your wife and your family because you want to work so hard. Yeah, that might have worked 20 years ago. But you don't have to work out. You don't have to work like that anymore. You can't scale back. You can't scale back. You can't prioritize your time more. You can't just use the fact that you enjoy working so hard that you just cannot make any space to balance it to help your wife out, who is taking care of 2 kids, a home, and a multiple business. You're not about to do that. I'm not gonna like the fact that he keeps on using the lifestyle that he's in, that he cannot make it work. He has no control of it. I don't like that. So the other couple arrive, and they still want to know, how can you make it to 26 years? They was not about to answer no questions, because at the end of the day, well, you're a veteran, you're seasoned, you've made it more. You guys are more than 3 decades in. Oh, shit, you guys are a whole lot 3 decades in, 10, 15, 20. Like, come on now. Y'all gonna approach 30 years in the next 4 years. That's a long time to be married. And I have that in my family. I have 47 years, 30 years, 16. I have it all. I have double digits in my family. And I want to know, how do you make it? How do you do it? They was not about to give details. We're about to turn up and I have a fun time. But that's why Monique wanted to push the issue. I want to learn. Because I want to be like my parents, who divorced after 20 years of marriage. I don't want to be like Chris's family. They're more like friends. I don't want to be in a marriage where I'm stuck not feeling happy. And I don't want to be in a marriage where I'm not going to make it to the next 10 years. I don't want that. So their son Jamie came. He has not spoken to his father in the last 6 months. Their first step is resolving the issue. He was hanging around with the wrong crowd, smoking weed, getting high, letting the highness affect his decisions. Didn't think that he would allow it, but he ended up allowing it. He thought he had control over how high the weed took him, where his decisions got all muddy. His father gave him tough love, because as much as I want to give you the choice to make your decisions wisely, but I can't let you throw your life away with being a part of this. I can't let you do it. So the tough love that he's giving him is the same tough love that his father gave. Where, like, trying to come at him like he's 5, but I know you're grown, but I feel like you don't know everything just yet. Because obviously when you're young, you be out there thinking you know everything, then you can handle it, but then you be like, what did I get myself into? I need help. Where are my parents? You know what I'm saying? So he wants to give him that tough love and not be irresponsible, because that's how he was. That's why his father was on his ass. I'm being on your ass. There is a way where you can give your kids that sense of responsibility and that sense of, sometimes you gotta reap the repercussions of the decision that you made. I can't always save you, but I'm always going to be here for you. And you have to give them that space, but also let them know I am here if you need me. Don't be afraid to be stuck in a bind where you think you have nobody else to come and save you, but you do. You have it. You have parents. He knows he needs that tough love, and when the problems comes up with him smoking, drinking, then I'm going to have an issue. If he does not engage in that often, if he does not put himself in those situations, I'm not going to have a problem. So this was the next night. Monique and Chris had a great conversation about how the event went, but they were upset that Jamie and Irene did not go into details about how they made it to 26 years. They really wanted to know, but they're being vague. They're being guarded. They did not want to open up. And sometimes, excuse me, when maybe their marriage went through tough times where they don't want to rehash those issues, or they don't want to talk about it just yet. They probably went through a lot to get to this point, so we can't push them just yet. But she wants to know how she can move forward, because she feels like I'm struggling. That's why I want to be around seasoned people who knows how it feels. I have felt like this. How do I move forward? Girl, I've been where you at. This is how you do it. I've learned if you do it like this, it could be a much better outcome. So then we have a life coach that Chris has been seeing about opening up about himself and what does he want, what is he passionate about, and that's been the problem. Monique wanted Chris to talk about things that he likes. Be passionate. What does he like about himself? What does he want? What are his goals? Like, just basic conversation that apparently he has not given her in the last 10 years. He's just been a stand-up guy, stand-up husband, but I don't really know that much about my husband, though. What does he feel when he gets depressed? How does he feel when he's happy? What does he think about? I don't know, because he doesn't open up to me about those things. So they was having an argument going back and forth with it, and they had an assignment. They were supposed to write down all the things they're passionate about, and he didn't do it. So she felt like since the life coach wasn't around to tell you you needed to do it, you didn't think that it was important for you to do it. And he said, no, I didn't think of it. And maybe because the time frame that I thought about it, it didn't come right. So it's just a lot of back and forth with that conversation. And she does not want things to be swept under the rug. She does not want things to be, an afterthought. I want things to be handled. I want things to be understood. I want things to be resolved. And apparently this is what a pattern that he does in his family. They overlook issues, they sweep it, they apologize, and they move on without getting into the root, getting into the resolvement, understanding the problem, and moving forward. So after that, it's just kind of like, well, I apologize for that, and she doesn't want to hear it. And it ended with, we are never going to move on to the next 10 years if we do not resolve the issues. But this season, it's going to be really good. I'm enjoying it for the first episode. But that's what you got. That's all I have. Please stay tuned to the next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.